What's up, y'all? What is up? Let me get this girl started up. And we're off. So, excuse the loud noises. I do apologize. Betty Boop is just very loud. So I realized it's been a while since I made that Riding Academy video for the MSF course, and I get a lot of questions about how to prepare for the course and some tips and things that'll help you be successful. So give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all a few tips on how to be successful when you're taking the Riding Academy course. Now, first things first, I do want to iterate, damn, I'm realizing how loud this motorcycle is, man. Oh. So real quick, I do want to let y'all know I am not a coach. I'm not a coach. I was just a Riding Academy manager. I have a lot of experience with riding, and I have helped some of the students who was going through that course. When I used to be a Riding Academy manager, I'm not anymore. When I was a Riding Academy manager, I helped a couple people who were struggling with the course. I took them out on the course and gave them a little one-on-one time and got them right, and they passed the class. So tip number one, make sure you get a solid night's sleep. The night before riding, the night before the class, each night, go home after class, completely clear your mind, and have a solid night's sleep. Because for some people, it is a strenuous process. You're on the motorcycle, you haven't been on the motorcycle, and when stress kicks in, you know, it's going to wear you out. And I feel like that's the biggest problem of why people don't make it through the class, and they either get removed from the class or they remove themselves from the class, which a lot of times most of the students will coach themselves out of the class. So make sure you get a good night's rest. Number two, and probably just as important, if not more important than number one, forget everything you've ever learned about riding a motorcycle. Forget what your buddy taught you, forget what your boyfriend taught you, forget what your girlfriend taught you, forget the things you learned from others that are not a coach on tips and tricks on how to ride the motorcycle, and pay attention to your instructor. Do exactly as your instructor tells you to do. Follow their guidelines and their strategies to a T, and you will be successful. I know there's people who come through the class who are like, I've been riding for 5 years, this long. You got to try to forget everything you've learned and just learn it the way the instructors teach you, because you've probably developed a lot of bad habits that can prevent you from making it through that course. And I've seen it happen. I've seen riders who have been riding for 4 years not make it through the course because they feel like they know everything, or they're know-it-alls, and they're not listening to the instructor. Number three, another question I get, can you utilize your own motorcycle while on the course? And the answer to that is no, at least not in your basic MSF course. You have to use the bikes provided by the college or by the dealership you're taking the course at, and there's a reason for that. It's because those bikes have been looked at. The place providing the course knows that those bikes are up to spec for safety purposes, and those are the bikes that insured while on that property. And don't think about the bike, because if you can ride one bike, you can ride any motorcycle. Some people are like, oh, those bikes are heavy. Well, you have multiple options. You can go and you can take the class at the college, where I know they have a lot of different size motorcycles to choose from, or you can still take it at a Harley-Davidson dealership. I know a lot of people want to take it at the Harley dealership. You know, just don't worry about the weight of the motorcycle. They're not that heavy, and they choose those bikes for a reason, because they're excellent bikes to learn on. As far as how forgiving they are when it comes to the clutch and your braking and the throttle, they're very forgiving motorcycles and excellent motorcycles to learn on. I actually heard that some of the colleges are actually bringing in Groms and Z125 Pros to train on too. So you got that option if you go to a college. Tip number four, make sure you stay hydrated. Stay as hydrated as possible, because when you get dehydrated, you know, your mind doesn't work as good as it will as if it's hydrated, because Hydration helps your blood flow, and you need blood flow for focus, because staying focused while you're learning and while you're going through the course is extremely important. And that's another thing. I know with the new age, well, technically I'm required to live on my telephone, but with the new generations, people love to stay on their phone. When you're in those classes, focus on the class. I've had people removed from a class because all they were doing were focusing on their telephone. They literally just stayed on their phone and wasn't listening to the instructions of the instructor. And when I was a riding academy manager, I had those people removed, because you're not going through a class if you're just focusing on your phone, because you're not listening to the safety or anything that instructor's providing you. So in fact, leave your phone in your coat pocket, leave it in the classroom. Don't even take your phone on the range. You don't need it. If you want a picture of yourself riding, ask the instructor if they could take a picture of you riding, or someone else. Like, just put your damn phones down. The seat is not comfortable on the Z125 Pro, man. I gotta stand up and do that thing like the ladies be doing when they make the booty clap. Make it go side to side just to loosen up the muscles in the cheek. Is there someone behind me? Yep. Long line of cars behind me just watched me make my booty clap. You're welcome. I accept tips. And this is my number 5 tip. I want you to pay most attention to this one. This is extremely important. Stop stressing. Have fun. Riding a motorcycle is a fun experience. So learning to ride should be just as fun for you. The more you stress out, the more you get in your head, the harder it's going to be for you to focus. Just look at this as like an experience. Like how some people pay to do those car driving experience, like driving a super sport. Look at it as an experience with a professional instructor. Listen to your instructor. Definitely follow the guidelines and everything they tell you to do, but still, in the end, have fun. Make sure you're having fun while you're out there. Don't get in your head. Just have a blast. Oh, another tip. Take a quality helmet. I mean, if you're taking the class, you're going to be riding, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you're planning on riding a motorcycle. Just get a quality helmet. Don't buy no Amazon cheap shit to protect your noggin. And there's one last thing you want to do. You want to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, like this video, and share the content. Do all of those good things. And again, I mean, if y'all got any questions or you need a little bit of motivation, hit me up. You can message me on IG. I typically respond to everyone. I was talking to a guy earlier today that I plan on making a video for him here coming up. But just hit me up on Instagram. But I'm going to check y'all out in that next one. Deuces. Love y'all.